Teruwan saranai sielu denatama. Namo Buddhaya. Good evening all. Very warm welcome to our third week Vesak month Dhamma program. Vesak month is the most significant, important month for all of us, that we take more effort and practice our teachings of the Buddha in great gratitude. We have been very lucky to have this opportunity to come together during this month of Vesak and celebrate the birth, enlightenment, and also great passing away into the Nibbana of the Blessed One. You can sponsor these programs during this Vesak month. If you would like to participate in these programs, please let us know. Today, the third week of the Vesak month is being sponsored by Mr. Sirimal Ranathunga, Mrs. Manel Ranathunga, and Mrs. Kisha Chaudari Alahakoon and family. They particularly like to dedicate this Dhamma Dana, the highest merits, to their beloved brother who passed away 3 months ago, Mr. Stephen Cooray, with the aspiration, may he have all the blessings, joy in his journey and attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Mr. Sirimal Ranathunga and Mrs. Manel Ranathunga, Mrs. Kisha Chaudari, Alahakoon would also like to share the merits with all their departed relatives and friends, wishing them the liberation in the samsara, the journey of death and birth circle. Also, they would like to share this Vesak Dhamma Dana, sharing of blessings to their whole family for the good health and happiness. We have organized few activities to participate during the Vesak month. That all is available in our website. I encourage you all to participate into all these meritorious activities. To start our program for this Vesak month, third week, to celebrate the Vesak together with our families, I highly encourage all of you to decorate your house, maybe put some lights, and also make special offerings to the Buddha statue shrine of your household on Vesak Day, which comes on the 26th of May on Wednesday. Do join in celebration to participate to the Vesak ceremony. Now, please say Namo Tassa 3 times to observe the 5 precepts.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Saṅgham saranam gacchāmi.
Saṅgham saranam gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi.
Pānātipātā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Pānātipātā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Adinādāna vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Vinnādāna vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Kāmesu miccācārā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Musāvādā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Musāvādā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Turāmēraya majjapamā dattānā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Surāmēraya majjapamā dattānā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. In this very blissful month of Vesak, we are joining together to celebrate the third week of the Vesak month. Let us line up in practice to celebrate this Vesak 2021 by offering dana, by practicing sila, by listening to the Dhamma, and making ourselves develop in meditation and being good people. Buddhism is a way of life. In this month of Vesak, by being a human being, Lord Buddha saw a great example like blossoming the beautiful flower of the universe. Such fragrance of humanity, such fragrance of wisdom, such fragrance of morality, we all feel more than ever before in this month of Vesak Buddha month celebrations. Let us join together for a few minutes to pay our homage to this supremely enlightened great Buddha. May those blessings be with today's sponsor of the third week, Mr. Sirimal Ranathunga, Mrs. Manel Ranathunga, Mrs. Kisha Chaudari Alahakoon, and the family. They want to dedicate all the merits of this third week Dhamma Dana to Mr. Stephen Cooray, Mr. Stephen Cooray, to transfer the merits to mark the third month life remembrance of their beloved brother. May Mr. Stephen Cooray attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, they would like to share the merits of this Dhamma Dana with their all departed relatives and friends. Also to share the merits with everyone, their family, friends, and the whole universe. If you would like to sponsor any of these Dhamma programs or Vesak Full Moon Day program, please let us know. Now take your palms jointly together close to your heart, creating your household a temple alike. Let us practice our homage, chanting to the Blessed One during this month of Vesak together with everyone. May these blessings be with you all for the good health and happiness, progress and prosperity. With that in mind, let us join the chanting of blessings. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itti piso bhagava Araham samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati santa deva manussanam buddho bhagavati buddhang Jīvitaṃ yāva nibbānaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Svākkāto bhagavata dhammo sandintiko akāliko ehipansiko opanayiko paccattam veditambo viññūyeti. Dhammam jīvitaṃ yāva nibbānaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Ñāya patipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Yadidaṃ cattārī purisa yugāni aṭṭa purisa puṅgalam. Esa bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho. Āhuneyo pāhuneyo dakkineyo anjali karaniyo. Anuttaraṃ puññaṃ kentaṃ lokassāti. Saṅgham jīvitaṃ yāva nibbānaṃ saranam gacchāmi. Vandāmi cetiyaṃ sabbhaṃ sabbatānesu patintitam. Sāririka dhātu mahābodhiṃ buddha rūpaṃ sakalam sadā. Yassa mūle nisinnova sabbāri vijayaṃ akāpatto sampanyutam santa. Vande taṃ bodhipadapam. Imite mahābodhi lokanātena pūjita. Aham pite namassāmi bodhirāja namantute. Ganasārappaditena dīpena tamadamsina. Tiloka dīpaṃ sambuddhaṃ pūjayāmi tamonudam. Gandha සම්භාර
යුත්තේන දූපේනං සුගන්ධිනා
පූජයේ පූජනීයන්තං
පූජාභාජන මුතමං
වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං
ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින්
පූජයාමි
මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුවේ
පූජේමි බුද්ධං
කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං
උප්පං විලායාති
යතායි ධම්මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශ භවං
සුගන්ධං සීතලං කප්පං
පසන්න මధుරං සුභං
පානීය
මේතම් භගවා පටිගන්හාතුත්තම
අතිවාසේතුනෝ භන්තේ
ගිලාන
ගිලාන
පංචයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පටිගන්හාතුත්තම
අතිවාසේතුනෝ භන්තේ සම්බං සන්දාය පූජිතං අනුකම්පං
උපාදාය
පටිගන්හාතුත්තම
පටිගන්හාතුත්තම
කායේන වාචා
චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං
අච්චයං
කමනී බන්තේ භූරිපඤ්ඤ තථාගත
කායේන වාචා
චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං
අච්චයං
කමමේ ධම්ම සම්දිට්ඨික අකාලික
කායේන වාචා
චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං
අච්චයං
කමමේ සංඝ සුපටිපන්න අනුත්තර
ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන
මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ
සතං සමාගමෝ
ගමෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පන්තියා
ආකාසත්තාච බුම්මට්ටා
දේවානාගා
මහින්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං
අනුමෝදින්වා චිරන් රක්칸තු ලෝක සාසනං
ආකාසට්ටාච
බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහින්దికා
පුඤ්ඤන්තං
අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරන් රක්칸තු
දේශනං ආකාසට්ටාච
බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහින්దికා
පුඤ්ඤන්තං
අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරන් රක්칸තු මං
පරන්ති ධම්මේ ඥාතිනං
නං හෝතු සුඛිතා උන්තු නාතයෝ
ඉදං මේ ඥාතිනං
හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ
ඉදං මේ ඥාතිනං
හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ
සාදු සාදු සාදු. තෙරුවන් සරණයි සියලු දෙනාටම. ඔබ අප හැම දෙනාම මේ ඊටාම ඕනෑකමින් සම්බන්ධ වෙන්නේ වෙසක් මාසය තුල පැවැත්වෙන උතුම් සම්බුදු වැඩසටහනටයි. මේ වෙසක් මාසයේ 3 වෙනි සතියටයි අපි සම්බන්ධ වෙන්නේ. ලෞතුරා බුදු කෙනෙක් ලෝකයට පහළ වෙන්නේ ඊටාම කලාතුරකින්. ඒ උතුම් ලෝකයට පහළ වන බුදු කෙනෙක්ගේ ආශිර්වාදය අපිට ලබා ගන්නට නම් අපිත් මනුෂ්‍යාත්මයක් ලබාගෙන තියෙන්නට ඕනේ. ඒ උතුම් මනුෂ්‍යාත්මය ලබාගත් අපි අපේ ජීවිතයෙන් කුසල් රැස් කිරීම අකුසලින් ඈත්වීම සිදු කරන්නට ඕනේ. එතකොට අපිට ජීවිතය සාර්ථක කරගන්නට පුළුවන්කම තිබෙනවා. ඒ අනුව ප්‍රඥාව දියුණු කරගෙන සීල සමාධි ප්‍රඥා ගුණ දියුණු කරගෙන අපේ ජීවිතය සසර දුකින් නිදහස් කරගන්නට පුළුවන්කමක් තිබෙනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම බුද්ධෝත්පාද කාලයක උපදින්නට ලැබීම දුර්ලභ කාරණයක් හැටියට සලකාගෙන මේ වෙසක් මාසය තුලත් අපි ප්‍රතිපත්තියෙන් ආමිස පූජාවෙන් ප්‍රතිපත්ති පූජාවෙන් කුසල් රැස් කරගන්නටයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. ඒ සඳහා විහාරස්ථානයේ වෙසක් මාසය තුරා පැවැත්වෙන පින්කම් මාලාවට සම්බන්ධ වන ලෙස සිහිපත් කරමින් අද දවසේ පින්කමේ දායකත්වය දරන්නේ සිරිමල් රණතුංග මහත්මාණන්, මානෙල් රණතුංග මහත්මිය, කිසා චෞදරි අලහකෝන් මහත්මිය ඇතුළු පවුල්වල සියලු දෙනාම. එයයි විශේෂයෙන් මේ ධර්ම දාන පින්කම තමන්ගේ දයාබර සහෝදරයාණන් වන මීට 3 මාසයකට උඩදී අභව ප්‍රාප්ත ස්ටීවන් කුරේ මහත්මාණන්ට අනුමෝදන් කිරීමටයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. මේ ධර්ම දාන පිණේ ආනිසංස බලයෙන් එතුමාගේ සසර ගමන සුවපත් වේවා. එතුමා සාංසාරික දුකින් එතරව උතුම් නිර්වාණ ශාන්තිය සාක්ෂාත් කර ගනිත්වා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. ඒ වගේම ඒ පවුල් වලින් මිය පරලොව ගිය සියලුම ඥාතීන් මේ පින් අනුමෝදන් වේවා. මේ ආශිර්වාදයේ පවුලේ සෑම දිනාටමත් සැලසේවා කියන අදිෂ්ඨානය ඇති කරගෙන මේ වෙලාවේදී අපි සිංහල ධර්මානුශාසනාව පවත්වන්නටයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. ඒ සඳහා මා ඊටාම ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා දික්වැල්ල මාතර වැවුරු කන්නල බුදුරජ මහා විහාරස්ථානයේ විද්‍යාතුංග පිරිවෙනේ පරිවෙනාධිපති වශයෙන් වැඩ සිටිය බර්ලින් බෞද්ධ විහාරයේ අනුශාසක වශයෙන් කටයුතු කරන අතිගෞරවනීය දික්වැල්ලේ සීල සුමන පණ්ඩිත හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේට අද දිනයට નિયમિત වෙසක් ධර්මානුශාසනාව පවත්වන ලෙස ආරාධනා කිරීමක් වශයෙන් සියලු දෙනා සාදුකාරයක් පවත්වන්න. Now we are going to have about 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes Dhamma sermon in Sinhala. Those who are not familiar with the language, please practice few minutes meditation with the aspiration, contemplation to the teachings of the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. අතිගරු ආන්දරන් මාන්සේලාගෙන් අවසරයි. දූ දරුවනි, දෙමාපියනි, අද දවසේ අපේ මාතෘකාව බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේගේ දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ පිළිබඳව. ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ පාලි ඒ ත්‍රිපිටක සූත්‍ර ධර්මවල ත්‍රිපිටකයේ සූත්‍ර ධර්ම කීපයකම සඳහන් වෙලා තියෙනවා. විශේෂයෙන් අපිට සඳහන් කරන්න පුළුවන් දීඝනිකායේ ලක්ඛණ සූත්‍රය, ඒ වගේ මහා ප්‍රධාන සූත්‍රය, බ්‍රහ්මායු සූත්‍රය, ඒ වගේම සේල සූත්‍රය, සුත්ත නිපාතේ වත්තු ගාථා සහ පසුකාලීනව රචනා වෙච්ච කෘතියක් වන ඒ පජ්ජ මදු කියන කෘතියේ මේ මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ පිළිබඳව විස්තර වෙලා තියෙනවා. මා සඳහන් කරපු මේ මුලින් සඳහන් වෙච්ච සූත්‍ර 3 සම්පූර්ණ මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ පිළිබඳව පරිපූර්ණ විවරණයක් ඉදිරිපත් කරලා තියෙනවා. පාලි මූලාශ්‍රය හැරුණම මේ මහා වස්තුව කියන ග්‍රන්ථයේ කෙටි විස්තරයක් ලලිත විස්තරයේ දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ පිළිබඳව සඳහන් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒකේ ලලිත විස්තරයේ සම්පූර්ණ විස්තරයක් තියෙනවා. ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ 80ක් අණු ව්‍යංජන ගැන විස්තරයක් ඉදිරිපත් කරලා තියෙනවා. විශේෂයෙන් ඒ ලලිත විස්තරයේ දකින්නට ලැබෙන සුවිශේෂී වෙනස තමයි පාලියේ සඳහන් කරලා තියෙන දෙපතුලේ ඉඳලා ශීර්ෂය දක්වා ලක්ෂණ විස්තර කළා. නමුත් ලලිත විස්තරයේ විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ ශීර්ෂයේ ඉඳලා පාදාන්තයේ දක්වා තමයි ඒ දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. අපේ සිද්ධාර්ථ බෝධිසත්වයන් ඉපදිලා දවස් 7කට පස්සේ නම් තබන දිනේ ඒ නම් තබන දවසේ රජමාලිගාවට බමුණන් 108 දෙනෙක් පැමුණුණා. 107 දෙනෙක්ම පැමුණා. ඒ 107 දෙනාගෙන් ඒ සිද්ධාර්ථ කුමාරයාගේ දේහ ලක්ෂණ බලලා ගිහි ජීවිතයක් ගත කළොත් සක්විති රජ වෙන බව, පැවිදි වුණොත් ලෞතර බුදු වෙන බවත් පැවසුවා. ඒ බමුණන් අතර සිටි කොණ්ඩඤ්ඤ කියන තාපසයා තමයි ඒ සිද්ධාර්ථ කුමාරයාගේ නළලේ දැකපු පූර්ණ රෝම ධාතුව දැකලා මේ කුමාරයා ඒකාන්තයෙන්ම රජකම් අතහැරලා ගිහිල්ලා පැවිදි වෙලා බුදු වෙන බව ස්ථිර වශයෙන්ම ප්‍රකාශ කළේ. ඒතර 108 107 දෙනෙක්ම ඒක ප්‍රකාශ කළේ නැහැ. කොණ්ඩඤ්ඤ තාපසයා පමණයි ස්ථිර වශයෙන් බුද්ධත්වයට පත් වෙනවායි කියලා ප්‍රකාශ කළේ. බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ ජේතවනාරාමයේ වැඩ ඉන්න කාලේ භික්ෂුන් වහන්සේලා ආමන්ත්‍රණය කළා. මෙන්න මේ ආකාරයේ දේශනාවක් කරා. සක්විති රජ කෙනෙක් නැත්නම් බුද්ධත්වයට පත් වෙන මහා පුරුෂයන්ගේ ශරීරයේ පිහිටන මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ පහළ වෙන්නට හේතු වෙච්ච කාරණා උන්වහන්සේ පැහැදිලි කළා. ඒ වගේම ඒවාට අදාළ වෙච්ච ඒවාට හේතු වෙච්ච අතීත කර්ම, ඒ වගේම ඒවා පහළ වෙච්ච උතුමන්ට ලැබෙනු ඒ කුසල කර්ම විපාක වෙන්වෙන් වශයෙන් මනමින් දේශනා කොට වදාලා. දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ එකින් එක විස්තරාත්මකව දක්වලා තිබුණත් අපි මෙහිදී කෙටියෙන් මේ පිළිබඳව දක්වන්නටයි කැමැති. ඒ දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ වලින් පළමුවෙන්ම සඳහන් කරන්න පුළුවන් සුප්පතිට්ඨිත පාද කියන ලක්ෂණය. ඒකේ තේරුම තමයි මනාව පිහිටි පාද කියන එකයි. ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ පතුල් ඒ පාද ඊටාම මනාව පිහිටලා තියෙන. සාමාන්‍ය පුජ්‍යලයේ පතුල් බිම තියෙනකොට අග කොටස එහෙම නැත්නම් විලුඹ එක පැත්තක් පළමුවෙන් පොළොව ස්පර්ශ වෙනවා. මැද හිස් කොටසක් නැත්නම් අගතෙක්ම ඒ විලුඹ කොටසක් එස වෙනවා. එහෙම බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ පතුල් සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම බිම වදිනවා. එකවරම උන්වහන්සේගේ පාදයන් එස වෙනවා. අන්න ඒකයි සුප්පතිට්ඨිත පාද කියලා පළවෙනි මංගල ඒ පළවෙනි දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණය හැටියට දක්වන්නේ. දෙවෙනි කාරණය තමයි එට්ටා පාදතලේසු චක්කානි ජාතානි කියන කාරණය. ඒකෙන් අදහස් කරන්නේ යටිපතුලේ පිහිටලා තියෙන චක්‍ර ලක්ෂණය මේ මගින් පැහැදිලි කරලා තියෙනවා. පාලි සූත්‍රවල මේ ලක්ෂණය ගැන විශේෂයෙන් දක්වලා තියෙනවා. චක්‍ර ලක්ෂණය වැඩියෙන් වර්ධනය වෙනකොට ඒක ප්‍රධාන ලක්ෂණයක් ඇටියට විස්තර කරලා තියෙනවා. මේකේ පරිවාර සංකේත 108ක් ගැන දක්වලා තියෙනවා. මේ මංගල කාරණා ඇටියට 108ක් මංගල කාරණා ඇටියට පොතපතේ විස්තර කරලා තියෙන අන්නේ කාරණා. ඊළඟ තුන්වෙනි කාරණය තමයි ආයත පන්නී කියලා කියන්නේ. ආයත පන්නී කියන්නේ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ පාදය දීර්ඝයි, ඒ වගේම පරිපූර්ණ විලුම් තියෙන නිසා තමයි උන්වහන්සේට ආයත පන්නී කියලා දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් කාරණයක් තමයි දීඝාංගුලී කියලා කියන්නේ. උන්වහන්සේගේ ශ්‍රී පාදයේ පිටලා තියෙන දිග ඇඟිලි මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණයක් විදියට පාලි පොත්වලත් ඒ වගේම සංස්කෘත පොත්වලත් විස්තර කරලා තියෙනවා. දීඝාංගුලී කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකයි. ඊළඟට මුදු තලත හත් පාද කියලා කියන්නේ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ අත්පා පිළිබඳව මෘදු මොලොක් බව ඒ ප්‍රකාශ කරන ලක්ෂණයක් ඇටියටයි දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. උන්වහන්සේගේ අතපය ඉතාම මෘදුයි. ඒ මෘදු ලක්ෂණය තමයි මුදු තල හත් පාද කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් කාරණයක් තමයි ජාල හත් පාද කියලා කියන්නේ. ජාල කියන්නේ දැලට. ඒ දැල් කවුරුවක් වගේ අත්පා තියෙන නිසා මේ ලක්ෂණයෙන් හඳුන්වලා තියෙනවා. ජාල කියන්නේ දැල කියන අර්ථය ඒ දැල් කවුලුවක් වගේ ඇඟිලි සම ප්‍රමාණයට අත්පාවල යුක්තයි කියන එකයි ඒ ජාල හත් පාද ලක්ෂණයෙන් විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම උන්වහන්සේගේ තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි ඒ උස්සංක පාදපා කියන ලක්ෂණය. මේකෙන් පැහැදිලි කරලා තියෙන්නේ උඩට පිහිටි ගොප්පැටය. ඒ ගොප්පැටය සහිත බොලට පා නිය බව දක්වලා තියෙනවා. ඒ පාදයේම ලක්ෂණයක් ඇටියටයි ඒ කරුණින් විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි ඒනි ජංගා කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒනි ජංගා කියලා කියන්නේ ඕලු මුවකුගේ වගේ කෙන්ඩා, ඒ කෙන්ඩා තියෙන හාත්පසව සමව පිරිච්ච මස් වලින් යුක්ත වටකුරු වෙච්ච පිරිපුන් කෙන්ඩා තියෙන බව තමයි එයින් හඳුන්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි පිතකෝව අනෝමන්තේ උභෝති අත්තේති ඥානුක්ඛාමි පරිවසති කියන කාරණේ. බුදුහාමුදුරන්ට කෙලින් සිටගෙන නොනැමි දෙයක් තමන්ගේ අත් දෙක දෙදන පිරිමදින්න පුළුවන් කියන එකයි එකෙන් අදහස් කරන්නේ. ඒක මහා පුරුෂයෙකුට දීර්ඝ අත් තියෙනවයි කියන එක, දිග අත් තියෙනවයි කියන එකයි එකෙන් ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඊළඟ මංගල කාරණය තමයි කෝසෝහිත වත්ත ගුහ්‍ය කියන්නේ. කෝසයකින් වැහුණු පුරුෂ ව්‍යංජනයක් තියෙන බවයි ඒකෙන් ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක හස්තියෙකුගේ නැත්නම් වෘෂභයෙකුගේ රන් නෙළුමක බීජ කෝෂයක් වගේ සමානයි කියලා තමයි ඒ සූත්‍ර දේශනාවල විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඊළඟට සුවර්ණ වන්නා කියන ගුණය. ඒ සුවර්ණ වන්නා කියන්නේ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ ශරීරය ස්වර්ණ වර්ණයෙන්, ඒ කියන්නේ රත්තරන් පාටෙන් යුක්තයි. ඒ නිසා තමයි උන්වහන්සේ සුවර්ණ වර්ණ ගුණයෙන් යුක්තයි කියලා විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම සුමුකච්ඡවි කියලා කියන්නේ උන්වහන්සේගේ සම පිළිබඳව, ශරීරයේ සම පිළිබඳව ඒ සියුම් සිවියකින් නැත්නම් සියුම් සමකින් ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ ශරීරයේ යුක්ත නිසා ඒ රජස් දූවිලි ශරීරයේ කිසි විටකත් ගැටෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඇලෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා පාරිශුද්ධත්වයෙන් යුක්තයි කියන එකයි පිරිසුදුකමින් යුක්තයි කියන එකයි ඒ සුකුමච්ඡවි කියන ගුණෙන් ලක්ෂණයෙන් දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි ඒකේක ලෝම කියන එක. බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ එක් රෝම කූපයක් තුළ එක් රෝම කූපයක් පමණක් පිටලා තියෙනවා. ලෝකේ සෙසු අයගේ එක් රෝම කූපයක් තුළ රෝම කූප දෙක තුනක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ එක රෝම කූපයක් තුළ එක රෝම කූපයක් පමණයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒකයි මේ විශේෂ ලක්ෂණයක් ඇටියට දක්වන්නේ. ඊළඟට තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි උදග්ග ලෝම කියන ලක්ෂණය. බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ රෝම දකුණට කරකැවිලා අංජ පැහැයෙන් යුක්තව ඒ වගේම නිල වර්ණ රෝම වලින් යුක්තයි කියන එකයි දක්වන්නේ. ඒ වගේම බ්‍රහ්මුජ්ජුගත කියන්නේ බ්‍රහ්මයාගේ වගේ ඍජු ශරීරයක්, කෙලින් ශරීරයක් තියෙන ලක්ෂණයක ස්වභාවයක් තමයි එකෙන් විස්තර කරන්නේ. ඒ බෞද්ධ පාරිභාෂික වචනමාලාවේ බ්‍රහ්ම කියන පදේ ඇතුළත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරෝ ඍජු පරිපූර්ණ ශරීරයකින් යුක්තයි කියන එක දැක්වීමට තමයි බොහෝ විට බ්‍රහ්ම කියන පදේ දක්වන්නේ. බ්‍රහ්ම කියන්නේ උසස්, උත්තම කියන අර්ථයකුත් ඒකේ තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම සත්තුස්සද කියන ගුණය ලක්ෂණයෙන් කියන්නේ සත්තුස්සද කියන්නේ උන්වහන්සේගේ ශරීරයේ ස්ථාන 7ක පිරිපුන් බවක් තියෙනවා. ඒ ස්ථාන 7 තමයි අත් දෙක, පා දෙක, උරහිස් දෙක හා ස්කන්ධ පිහිටීම. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ලක්ෂණ තමයි මේ ශරීරයේ 7ක් හැටියට දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම සීහනු බද්ධකාය කියන ගුණය බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ ශරීරයේ ඉදිරි අර්ධය සිංහෙක් වගේ යන ලක්ෂණය මේකෙන් අර්ථවත් කරනවා. උන්වහන්සේගේ දෛනික චර්යාවත් සිංහ චර්යාවක් හැටියට තමයි සූත්‍ර දේශනාවල දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. උන්වහන්සේගේ සැතපීමක් දක්වන්නේ සිංහ සෙයියාව කියලා. ඒතර සිංහ කියන එකේ කාර්යයක් තමයි ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ කියන එක, උතුම් කියන එකයි. අන්නේ අර්ථයත් මේ සිංහ කියන වචනේ තුලින් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම චිතන්ත රංශ කියන ගුණය ඒ උරස්ත අතරේ රැලි නැති ලක්ෂණය මේකෙන් කියවෙනවා. මසින් පිරිච්ච ගුණය, ඒ වගේම පිටිකර පිරිච්ච බව, ගෙලෙයි ඒ ලක්ෂණය තිබුණයි කියන එක තමයි ඒ සූත්‍ර දේශනාවල දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි නිග්‍රෝධ පරිමණ්ඩල කියන ලක්ෂණය. නිග්‍රෝධ පරිමණ්ඩල කියන්නේ නිග්‍රෝධ කියලා කියන්නේ නුගගහට ඒ නිග්‍රෝධ වෘක්ෂයක පරිදිය වගේ උන්වහන්සේගේ ශරීරය ඒ සමග සංසන්දනය කළ මේකෙන් විස්තර කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ පුජ්‍යලේක් සතු ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ චර්යාව අංගවමින් ඒ ආරෝහ පරිණාම සම්පත්තියෙන් යුක්ත බව අංගවන්නට තමයි මේ ලක්ෂණයෙන් ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. උන්වහන්සේ ආරෝහ පරිණාම දේ සම්පත්තියකින් යුක්තයි කියන්නේ උසට සරිලන මහතක්, ඒ මහතර සරිලන උසක් කියන ඒක තමයි ආරෝහ පරිණාම දේ සම්පත්තිය කියලා කියන්නේ. එවැනි දේ සම්පත්තියක් තිබිච්ච නිසා තමයි උන්වහන්සේ නිග්‍රෝධ පරිමණ්ඩල කියලා දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම සමවත්තක්ඛන්ධ කියන ගුණය සමානව පිටලා තියෙන උරහිස් තියෙන බව මේ ලක්ෂණයේ ස්වභාවය. සමව මනා වැඩිච්ච උරහිස් කියන අර්ථය එකෙන් කියවෙන බව තමයි ප්‍රකාශ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම රසග්ග සග්ගී කියන ලක්ෂණය. රසග්ග සග්ගී කියලා කියන්නේ රසග්‍රාහක ඉන්ද්‍රිය මේකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ. අග්‍ර රසයේ එළවන රසනහර උන්වහන්සේගේ ග්‍රීවේ කියන්නේ බෙල්ලේ උඩුකුරුව කෙලින්ම නැගිච්ච ඒ සමව රසය එළමන්න පුළුවන් ඒ රසනහර හටගත්ත බව තමයි මේකෙන් ප්‍රකාශ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි හනු කියලා කියන්නේ. බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ හනු සිංහයෙකුගේ හනු හා සමාන බව තමයි මේකෙන් ප්‍රකාශ වෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම චත්තාලීස දන්ත, චත්තාලීස කියන්නේ 40, උන්වහන්සේට දත් 40ක් පිටලා තිබුණා. මේ මහා පුරුෂයෙකුගේ දත් 40ක් පිටන බව තමයි මේ සූත්‍ර දේශනාවල විවරණය කරලා තියෙන්නේ. සාමාන්‍ය පුජ්‍යලයකට පිටන්නේ දත් 32යි. නමුත් බුදුහාමුදුරන්ට පිටලා තියෙන දත් 40ක්. ඒ නිසා තමයි චත්තාලීස දන්ත කියලා කියන්නේ. ඊළඟට තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි සමදන්ත කියලා කියන්නේ. සමදන්ත කියන්නේ එකාකාරව දත් පිහිටලා තියෙන උන්වහන්සේගේ සමානව පිහිටලා තියෙන. ඒ නිසා තමයි සමදන්ත කියලා කියන්නේ. ඊළඟ අවිවර දන්ත. අවිවර දන්ත කියලා කියන්නේ දත් දෙකක් අතර විවරයක් දකින්නට පුළුවන් කමක් නැහැ. සාමාන්‍ය පුජ්‍යලයන් අතර දත් අතර විවර තියෙනවා. නමුත් බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ එහෙම පිටල නැති නිසා තමයි උන්වහන්සේ අවිවර දන්ත කියලා උන්වහන්සේගේ මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණයක් හැටියට ඒක දක්වලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම සුසුක්ක දාට කියලා කියනවා. ඊතා සුදු පැහැති දත් උන්වහන්සේට තිබුණා. ඒ නිසා තමයි ඒක මහා පුරුෂගේ ලක්ෂණයක් හැටියට විවරණය කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඊතාම සුදු පාට දත් උන්වහන්සේට තිබිච්ච නිසා. ඒ වගේම පහූත ජීවහා කියලා කියන්නේ මහා පුරුෂයෙකුගේ දිව සම්බන්ධවයි ඒකෙන් විස්තර කරන්නේ. උන්වහන්සේගේ දිව මෘදු, ඒ වගේම දිගයි, පුළුල් දිවක්. ඒ දිව දික් කරාට පස්සේ නලල් තලයේ දක්වා ඒක දික් කරන්න පුළුවන් කෙනකයි ඒ සූත්‍ර දේශනාවල විස්තර කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම තවත් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණයක් තමයි බ්‍රහ්මස්වර කියලා කියන්නේ. බ්‍රහ්ම කියන්නේ උස් කියන එකයි. ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ ස්වරය බ්‍රහ්මයාගේ ස්වරය හා සමාන අර්ථයෙන් තමයි මේ බ්‍රහ්මස්වර කියන මේ අර්ථය නැත්තම් මේ ලක්ෂණය දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම අබිනීල නෙත්ත කියන ගුණය. ඒකෙන් අදහස් කරන්නේ අති ප්‍රබල වර්ණයෙන් යුක්ත නේත්‍ර යුග්මයක් උන්වහන්සේට තිබුණයි කියන එකයි. උන්වහන්සේගේ ඇස් දෙක ඊටාම නීල වර්ණයෙන් යුක්ත, නිල් පාටෙන් යුක්ත නිසා තමයි අබිනීල නෙත්ත කියලා දක්වලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒ වගේම ගෝප මුඛ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ තුරුණු දිනකගේ බඳු ඇස් පිහාටු ඇති නිසා උන්වහන්සේ මේ ලක්ෂණයෙන් යුක්තයි කියලා දක්වලා තියෙනවා. උපන් හැටියේ වස්සෙකුගේ ඒ ඇස් පිහාටු වගේ උන්වහන්සේගේ ඇස් පිහාටුත් ඒට සමාන කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා තමයි ගෝප මුඛ කියලා දක්වන්නේ. ඒ වගේම උන්න කියලා තවත් ලක්ෂණයක් තියෙනවා. උන්නා කියලා කියන්නේ ඌර්ණ රෝමය කියන එකයි. ඒ නළලේ පිහිටි දෙබැම අතර පිහිටි රජත වර්ණය කියන්නේ රිදී වර්ණයෙන් හරියට ඒ රිදී වර්ණයෙන් බබලන හිම කැටයක් වගේ දීප්තිමත්ව බබලන සුදු පාට කෙස්ගසක්. ඒ කෙස්ගස තමයි ඌර්ණ රෝම ධාතුව හැටියට දක්වන්නේ. ඒ දෙබැම මැදයි පිහිටලා තියෙන ඌර්ණ රෝම ධාතුව. ඒ වගේම අවසාන ලක්ෂණය තමයි මේ දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ වලින් උන්හීස සීස කියලා කියන්නේ. උන්හීස සීස කියලා කියන්නේ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ට සම්පූර්ණ වෙච්ච දිය බුලක් වගේ බබලන ශීර්ෂයක් තිබුණයි කියන එකයි. මෙන්න මේ කරුණු 32 තමයි දෙතිස් මහා පුරුෂ ලක්ෂණ කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒතර මේ ලක්ෂණ වලින් යුක්ත ඒ බුදුහාමුදුරන්ගේ ගුණ සමුදාය සිහිපත් කරමින් ඒ බුද්ධාලම්බන ප්‍රීතිය ඇති කරගනිමින් මේ වෙසක් සතිය තුල අපි උන්වහන්සේ වෙනුවෙන් ආමිස පූජා ප්‍රතිපත්ති පූජා පවත්වනෝ. ඒ ප්‍රතිපත්ති පූජා පවත්වමින් ආමිස පූජා පවත්වමින් උන්වහන්සේට වන්දනා කරන්නට, ගෞරව කරන්නට, ඒ බුද්ධාලම්බන ප්‍රීතිය ඇති කරගන්නට මේ කාලය මේ මාසයේ ඊටාම යෝග්‍යයි කියන එක සිහිපත් කරමින් හැම දිනාටම තෙරුවන් සරණ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා.
සාදු සාදු සාදු. ඒ උතුම් වෙසක් ධර්මානුශාසනාව 2021 වර්ෂයේ වෙසක් මාසය නිමිති කරගෙන පවත්වනු ලබන පින්කම් මාලාවේ අද දිනයේ වෙසක් සදහම් ධර්මානුශාසනාව පවත්වනු ලැබුවේ අතිගෞරවනීය දික්වැල්ලේ සීල සුමන පඬිත හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ. බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ අපි කායිකව හඳුනාගන්නේ කෙසේද? චිත්‍ර ශිල්පීන්, නිර්මාණ ශිල්පීන් බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේගේ ඊ타ම සියුම් අංශ පවා චිත්‍රයට නගමින් උන්වහන්සේ පිළිබඳව නිවැරදි පින්තූරයක් අපේ සිත් තුළ, අපේ නෙත් තුළ නිර්මාණය කරන්නේ කෙසේද? කළුගලක් දැකලා ඒ කළුගල තුළ බුදුරුවක් දකින්නේ කෙසේද? ලී කොටයක් දැකලා ඒ ලී කොටය තුළ බුදුරුවක් දකින්නේ කෙසේද? අපේ ජීවිතය මේ ඇස්සිස් මස්ලේ වලින් සෑදුණු පංචස්කන්ධය තුළ බුදුරුවක් අපි නිර්මාණය කරගෙන අපේ ජීවිතයේ නිවැරදිව තුනුරුවන් සරණ යන්නේ කොහොමද කියන අදහස අපේ සිත් තුළට කාවද්දමින් මේ වෙසක් පුර 15ක් පොහෝ දිනය නිමිති කරගෙන සිදු කරන ලද ධර්මානුශාසනාව අපේ ජීවිතයට ඉතා වටිනාම ධර්මානුශාසනාවක් හැටියට අපි මේ වෙලාවේදී සිහි ගන්වමින් නැවත නැවතත් උන්වහන්සේට ආශිර්වාද කරනවා, පින් දෙනවා. මේ උතුම් පින්කමට සම්බන්ධ වෙමින් මේ වෙසක් වැඩසටහන සාර්ථක කරගන්නට අපිට ආශිර්වාද කිරීම සම්බන්ධව. ඒ වගේම අද දවසේ මේ පින්කමේ දායකත්වය අරගෙන කටයුතු කළේ Sirimal Ranathunga මහත්මයා, Manel Ranathunga නෝනා මහත්මිය, Kisha Chaudari Alahakoon නෝනා මහත්මිය ඇතුළු ඒ පවුලේ සියලු දෙනාටමත් මේ උදාර පින්කම් වල ආශිර්වාදයෙන් එයාගේ ජීවිත නිදුක් නිරෝගී වාසනාවන්ත වේවා. මීට 3 මාසයකට උඩදී මිය පරලොව ගිය විශේෂයෙන් අද වැනි දවසක මීට 3 මාසයකට කලින් අභාව ප්‍රාප්ත වුණු ස්ටීවන් කුරේ මහත්මාණන්ට මේ පින් අනුමෝදන් වෙලා එතුමාගේ සසර ගමන සුවපත් වේවා, ප්‍රාර්ථනීය බෝධියකින් නිවන් සුව සාක්ෂාත් කරගනිත්වා කියන ප්‍රාර්ථනාවත් ඒ වගේ මේ පවුල් වල සියලු දෙනා නමින් මිය පරලොව ගියා වූ සියලු දෙනාටම මේ උතුම් පුණ්‍යානුභාවයෙන් සසර ගමන සුවපත් වෙලා නිවනින් සැනසීම උදා වේවා. ඒ හැම දිනාටමත් ඔබ හැම දිනාටමත් විශේෂයෙන් මේ දිනවල වෙසක් මාසය තුල ලංකාව වැනි රටවල් වල ඊටාම දුෂ්කර කාලයක් ගත වෙන්නේ. ඒ සෑම දිනාටමත් මේ වෙසක් සදහම් වැඩසටහන් වල ආශිර්වාදයෙන් නිරෝගී සුවය ඉක්මන් ශාන්තිය සැලසේවා කියන අදිෂ්ඨාන ඇති කරගෙන අපි දැන් ඉංග්‍රීසි දහම් වැඩසටහනට සම්බන්ධ වෙමු. Now we are going to start our English Dhamma sermon. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, Supremely Enlightened Lord Buddha. Dear devout friends in the Dhamma, this is the 3rd week of the Vesak month in 2021. This Vesak is 2565 year of the Vesak Buddhist calendar. Vesak is the new year to the Buddhist. Normally, the Buddhist calendar begins from the birth of the Lord Buddha. A birth of a Lord Buddha is a great blessing. How can we identify him? Today, we are going to talk about some of his physical aspects, how he looked like. We have been discussing about his great wisdom, his great compassion, his great innovations to overcome the suffering and gain the highest liberation. That is very exceptional way of teachings for all of us. He was 2,600 years ago, 26 centuries ago. Throughout that history, people sculptured, draw pictures to reflect in the qualities of that great teacher. When they see a big stone, they can see all these unique characteristics of the physical nature of the Buddha, and they sculpture, they transform that stone into a beautiful Buddha statue. When they see a log of wood, they transform that into that unique characteristics of a Buddha alike in appearance. A person can't do that if the person doesn't have right understanding of the physical characteristics, even to draw a picture of the Blessed One. Therefore, in the teachings, we find a lot of resources to explain how Buddha was, how he looked like. When we develop faith, saddha, in the Buddha with the great conviction, that help us, the teachings help us a lot, then we want to see that person. We want to visualize how that great person. We want to pay our gratitude. That is why we keep the pictures of the Buddha, we keep the statues of the Buddha, and we normally, Buddha said, even in his discourses, even when one is in the jungles or forest, they should somehow carry maybe a picture of the Buddha alone with them, alongside to them, while they were practicing meditation. That is a great protection. Today we talk about his physical appearance of 32 physical characteristics which they recognized as great man, mahāpuruṣa lakṣaṇa. These 32 excellent signs, each of these signs and features has a corresponding cause in terms of constructive actions practiced in the previous lives. So those are not just coming, they are a product of his previous life good actions. According to Buddhist teachings, the good and bad actions produce who we are. So we are byproduct of our karma, or actions and consequences. We are born out of it. The excellent signs are the indications of great person, we call mahāpuruṣa. While the exemplary features reveal inner qualities and serve to make a positive impression on the mental continuum of others. If we are aware of these causes of each of these features, then these physical features will show us very clearly the safe direction to take. These 32 signs of great man we call mahāpuruṣa. These are lakṣaṇa, great signs, are auspicious marks that are supposed to be present on the bodies of all Buddhas. Buddha is traditionally regarded as having the 32 characteristics of a great person. These 32 characteristics are also regarded as being present in Chakravarti kings. Chakravarti kings, we normally call ideal universal rulers, wheel-wielding emperors, have the same body features, but they are lack other qualities of the Buddha. For example, to preach the Four Noble Truth, explain the middle path, and direct the people to cross over the suffering. Particularly in Digha Nikaya, a discourse on marks called lakṣaṇa Sutta enumerate and explain the 32 characteristics. These are also being explained Brahmayu Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya, Sela Sutta, Mahapadana Sutta, and so many places. In the Tripitaka, the original teachings, these are mentioned briefly in several places of the teachings. In particular, the 32 signs of a great man are described throughout the Pali Canon. These are believed to have formed the basis for early representation of the Buddha. These 32 major characteristics are also supplemented by another 80 secondary characteristics we call Anubhyanjana. So in his physical body is been explained out of 32 great signs and also another 80 secondary characteristics. Particularly in Mahayana Buddhism and in some of the Theravada teachings, explain the 32 major characteristics and 80 minor characteristics are understood to be present in the Buddha's Sambhoga Kaya or reward body. Whereas Buddha's physical form is understood to be Nirmana Kaya or transformation body. You may remember when the Buddha was born, great saints came to see. Particularly, you may have heard a very, very senior great saint called Asita came to see him. When this sheer Asita came to visit the newborn Buddha to be called Siddhartha Gautama, he mentioned that he sees the signs or marks of a great man and even lists some of them. This confirms this tradition, this concept is before Buddha, a pre-Buddhist idea to see these physical features and kind of read those physical features is even before Buddhism in India. It is very clear from the Tripitaka that Buddha's physical appearance was normal in every way. For example, when King Ajatasattu went to meet him, he was unable to distinguish him from the disciples surrounding him, according to the Digha Nikaya. If the Buddha had any of these extraordinary 32 signs, the king would have recognized him immediately. Another occasion, Pukkusati sat talking to the Buddha for hours before realizing who he was. If the Buddha had any of these signs, the young man would have soon noticed it and known that he was someone unusual. When Upaka encountered the Buddha walking along the road to Gaya, the thing he noticed most about Lord Buddha was clear faculties and radiant complexion. He did not mention any of these 32 signs, but he identified the appearance clear faculties, very calm faculties, and radiant complexion. It does not mean those 32 parts were there. It was there. In every person, there are signs of the body. But he was a normal person like as you all we are, but in an exceptional position, exceptional features. But most evident was his clear faculties, radiant complexion, and incomparable wisdom and compassion. In the Buddha's teaching, the external and the physical are always subordinate to the internal and the psychological aspects. Buddha was aware of the Brahmanical concept that as a great person, great man, could be known by his physical characteristics. But he rejected this notion. Someone once asked him, they talk about a great man, great man. What is it that makes a great man? Then Buddha replied, it is by feeling the mind, freeing the mind. It is by freeing the mind that someone becomes a great man. Without freeing the mind, one cannot be a great man, said by the Buddha. So Buddha's himself interpretation as a mahāpuruṣa, not by just mere physical appearance, but by developing, freeing the mind, liberating the mind from all the special defilements that kind of hinders the way of life. Let us somehow take in some understanding about these 32 major parts of the Blessed One. Level feet, 1,000 spokes wheel sign on feet, long splendor fingers, feline hands and feet, toes and fingers finely webbed, full-sized heels arched in steps, thighs like a royal stag, hands reaching below the knees, well-retracted male organs, highest and stretch of arms equal, every hair root dark colored, body hair graceful and curly, golden body skin, 10-foot aura around him, soft and smooth skin, soles, palms and shoulders and crown of head well-rounded, area below armpits well-fitted, lion-shaped body, body erect and upright, full round shoulders, 40 teeth, teeth white, even and close, 4 canine teeth pure white, jaw like a lion, saliva that improves the taste of all food, tongues long and broad, voice deep and resonant, eyes deep blue, eyelash like a royal bull, white aura curl that emits light between eyebrows, freshly probulence on the crown of the head. Those are, in brief, 32, as explained in the discourses. In addition, there were 80 minor characteristics of the Buddha are also known in the teachings. However, these are very much like if you think of a tree. That tree becomes more beautiful when it blossoms, when there are flowers. So these 80 and 32 parts makes him splendid, make him so beautiful. However, these things were not mixed. Those 80 and 32 were not mixed. Just as flowers in the forest make the tree distinctive, these characteristics make the Blessed One very beautiful person, that whoever sees him, whoever contemplates him, purify their mind and take in refuge in the humanity and whole good work. Just to go briefly about these 80 minor characteristics. He has beautiful fingers and toes. He has well-proportioned fingers and toes. He has tube-shaped fingers and toes. The fingernails and toenails have a rosy tint. Fingernails and toenails are slightly unturned at the tip. Fingernails and toenails are smooth and rounded without ridges. Ankles and wrists are rounded and undented. Feet are of equal length, has a beautiful joint, like that of a king elephant, like that of a king lion, like that of a swan, like that of a royal ox. The right foot leads when walking. Knees have no protruding kneecap. The demeanor of a great man. Navel is without blemish. Deep-shaped abdomen. Clockwise marks on the abdomen. Thighs are rounded like banana shells. Arms, two arms are shaped like an elephant trunk. Lines on the palms of his hands have a rosy tint. His skin is thick and thin as it should be. His skin is unwrinkled. Body is spotless without lumps. Body is unblemished above and below. Body is absolutely free of impurities. The strength of maybe over 100 elephants, even 100,000 men, has a beautiful nose, well-shaped. Upper and lower lips are equal in size and have a rosy tint. Teeth are unblemished and with no plaque. Teeth are long like polish and conches. Teeth are smooth and without ridges. 5 senses organs are unblemished. 4 cane teeth are crystal and rounded. Face is long and beautiful. Cheeks are radiant. Lines on his palms are deep. Lines on his palms are long. Lines on his palms are straight. Lines on his palms are having a rosy tint. Body emanates a halo of light extending around him for 2 meters. Cheeky cavities are fully rounded and smooth. Eyelids are well proportioned. The 5 nerves of his eyes are unblemished. Tips of his body hair are neither curved nor bent. Has a rounded tongue. Tongue is soft, has a rosy tint. Ears are long like lotus petals. Ear holes are beautiful and rounded. Sinews and tendons don't stick out. Sinews and tendons are deeply embedded in the flesh. Top knot is like a crown. The forehead is well proportioned in length and breadth. His forehead is rounded and beautiful. Eyebrows are arched like a bow. Hair of his eyebrows is fine. Hair of his eyebrows lies flat. He has large brows. Brows reach the outward corner of his eyes. His skin is fine throughout his body. The whole body has abundant signs of good fortune. The body is always radiant. Body is always refreshed like a lotus flower. Body is exquisitely sensitive to touch. Body has the scent of sandalwood. body hair is consistent in length. He has fine bodily hair. Breath is always fine. Mouth always has a beautiful smile. Mouth has the scent of a lotus flower. Hair has the color of dark shadow. Hair is strong and scented. Hair has the scent of a white lotus. Hair, curled hair. Hair does not turn gray. Hair has fine hairs. Hair is untangled. Hair has long curls. Has a crown with the royal flower garland on his body. So those are the 32 and the 80 signs of the Buddha. In final way, all these are as a result of his good karma, as explained in the teachings of the Buddha. For example, the flat soles. The Buddha as the Bodhisattva, innumerable in his upholding of the precepts. He was very good in upholding the precepts, and his mind of giving is like Mount Seneru in abiding in the true world. So he was practicing extensively giving and precepts. As a result, his feet were flat, very well placed on the ground. And he has some 1,000 spokes, wheels on his foot, because he was respecting his parents and also honoring elders and even animals. Long fingers, long heels, and some other body parts are because of non-harming, non-stealing, and always respecting and honoring the elders. He was always giving friendly, good actions, transforming himself into all the bad things into a good things. Because of these all good work as the Bodhisattva, all these signs as a clear definition in the teachings of the Buddha to explain why he had this type of characteristics in his body. So this gives us, by contemplating the characteristics of the Buddha, 32 great signs of the Buddha, gives us understanding in this month of Vesak for us to understand that what we do in our body, in our mind, in our thoughts are very much matters. According to that, we are being gone into different levels of beings, different forms of being, and even our characteristics are being developed. However, there is no extremes in Buddhism. Somebody may feel bad by reflecting on certain characteristics. It should not be like that. That is not what we mean by here. This is just to understand that actions and consequences has a result, but mainly to develop the devotion towards the Buddha by picturizing, visualizing his physical appearance. However, Buddha reiteratedly mentioned that does not make alone a great person. What makes a great person by freeing, clearing the mind from all defilements. That makes a great person called mahāpuruṣa. Mahāpuruṣa lakṣaṇa, the characteristics of a great person of to respect elders, respect teachers, parents, look after parents, practice morality, generosity, meditation. That is what makes a person great. Not because the person short or tall, fat or thin. It doesn't really make a big difference. So therefore, today we are very proud to be Buddhist, and we are so lucky to have this human life and to celebrate this Vesak month in the 2020. So may those merits be with us all, for us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. And also, though, let us think of all our parents, all our teachers, all our friends who help us in many ways to develop our qualities and share our heart of merits with them. And also, especially the sponsors of the day today, Mr. Sirimal Ranathunga, Mrs. Manel Ranathunga, Mrs. Kisha, Chaudari, Alahakoon, and all their families. May they be well, happy, and peaceful. May their loved ones who they are commemorating today, Mr. Stephen Cooray, attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Bearing this in our hearts, let us share our merits with you all, with them all, and also Devas and departed relatives and friends. As we've been participating to the Vesak month, 3rd week Dhamma Dana program, may we all gain the highest understanding in this very life of the Four Noble Truths and attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much. Now I will pass on to our Asikaya to go ahead with our regular children's program. It's part of our Saturday evening program.
සියලු මහාමුදුරන් වහන්සේලාගෙන් අවසරයි. තෙරුවන් සරණයි සියලු දෙනාටම. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 3rd day of the Vesak month. And we learned today a very important lesson which described the unique features of our Buddha. 32 of them. We call them Detis mahāpuruṣa lakṣaṇa. And both Hamduru explained it in detail, so I'm not going to say much about it, but something stuck in my mind, which is, Hamduru said that those qualities reflect those features reflect the inner qualities of Buddha. For example, Buddha's skin is radiant. And how it happens is we can easily understand by thinking how pure Buddha's mind is. And Hamduru also said how to achieve this pure mind. And Buddha has cleared all the defilements from his mind. And that's how Buddha has got this clear, pure mind. And it reflects in his skin. So as children, we also got to think about the ways and means of how to clear your mind by clearing defilements. And one of the ways we can do it is by adhering to the 5 precepts. So I thought it's a great lesson for all of us. And we wish all Hamduru good health and happiness for giving this Dhamma Dana to our children and the parents. Therun Saran. So as homework, we have given children a little topic to talk about Prince Siddhartha, his childhood, what kind of a child he was, what are the special qualities of Prince Siddhartha, and what lessons we can learn by looking at his great character. So let's hear from our children about this great Prince Siddhartha's life. So to start with, I would kindly invite Ramin to start your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Rasika Mama. Thank you, Rasika Mama, and good evening all. Today, I am going to talk about King Siddhartha, who was an honorable king, ruled over Kapilavastu, and his father named as Sinhahansu. King Siddhartha had 5 siblings called as Amitodana, Sakkodana, Sukkodana, Amita, and Duttodana. Siddhartha went to great lengths to prevent Siddhartha from becoming a monk. So he was always trying to keep Prince Siddhartha happy and avoiding exposing him to the truth of human life and problems. Even there was 3 places were arranged for Prince Siddhartha named Ramya, Surameya, and Subha to spend his life happily without facing any problems of general human life. But at the age of 29, after experiencing the 4 sights, Siddhartha left his home in search of spiritual answers to the unsatisfactory nature of life, leaving behind his wife Yasodhara and infant son Rahula. Siddhartha was said to be greatly troubled by the departure of his son, and is reported in Buddhist scriptures to have sent 10,000 messengers to plead with Gautama to return. After the Buddha preached the Dhamma to the messengers, they were all ordinated into the Sangha. Later, a friend of Siddhartha named Kaludai invited the Buddha to return. At the request of Siddhartha, the Buddha also preached the Dhamma to him, and Kaludai was later ordinated as a monk. After this request from his father, Gautama Buddha returned to his father's kingdom, where he preached Dhamma to him. After 4 years, the Gautama Buddha heard of King Siddhartha imminent to his death. So once again visited to see the King Siddhartha and preached at his deathbed. After listening to that, he gained arahatship. Therwan Sadanai.
Thank you, Manel. Queen Mahamaya's dream. Queen Mahamaya was the queen of King Siddhartha. She had a dream on a full moon Poya day. She dreamt that she was carried by 4 devas to the Himalaya forest in India. She was bathed in the Anodaptaveva by the devas. After that, she slept there, and in her sleep, she saw a dream. She saw a white baby elephant carrying a white lotus in its trunk. It went around 3 times. She felt it finally entering her body. The next day morning, she informed about the dream to the king Siddhartha, he told everything to the wise men. They told the king Queen Mahamaya is going to give birth to a great prince. Ranathunga.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about mahāpuruṣa Gautami. mahāpuruṣa Gautami was the stepmother and mother sister of Prince Siddhartha. She was born at Chaudari in the family of the Super Buddha as the youngest sister of Queen Mahamaya. After the queen passed away, King Siddhartha decided to get married to mahāpuruṣa. The queen passed away 1 week after the birth of Prince Siddhartha. mahāpuruṣa had to look after Prince Siddhartha and nurse him. She was very fond of cute little Prince Siddhartha. mahāpuruṣa raised the little prince along with her other 2 children. Siddhartha's half-brother Nanda and her sister Nanda. After King Siddhartha passed away, mahāpuruṣa decided to attain ordination, but Lord Buddha refused to grant her request a few times. So then she decided to cut her hair and donned some yellow robes. And then she repeated her request to be ordained once more, and finally Lord Buddha accepted it. Many secular ladies followed her, and she is a pioneer of Bhikkhuni Sasana. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 120 years old. Thank you for listening. Everyone, Saranai.
Thank you, Manuko Aya. Mama ආසිරිමත් සිදුවත් උපත ගැන කියන්න යන්නේ. කාලය ගෙවුණා දසමස පිරුණා මාපිය දැකුමට ආසා හිතුණා මායා දේවිය දෙව්දහනුවරට මහා පෙරහැරකින් පිටත්තුණා මහාමායා දේවිය තමා පියාගේ රාජධානිය වූ දෙව්දහනුවරට යන්න පිටත්තුණා එදා වෙසක් පොය දවසක් මහාමායා දේවිය සල්ගස් පිරුණු කුරුල්ලන් ගී ගයන ලුම්බිරි සල් උයන පුරා සතුටින් ඇවිද්දා ඇයට පුත් කුමරු ලැබීමට ආසන්න වුණා පින්වත් කුමරු මෙලොවට බිහි වුණා උපත ලැබූ කුමරු පියවර 7ක් ඉදිරියට තබුවා දකුණු අත ඇඟිල්ලක් අහසට දිගු කර අභිත සිංහනද්ද කරා Aggo hamasmi lokassa, cetto hamasmi lokassa, setto hamasmi lokassa, ayamantima jati nati dami punnabhava. මේ තියෙන්නේ සිදුවත් කුමරුගේ උපත පින්තූරයක්. තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
Thank you, Chanadiake. King Siddhartha has been Siddhartha naming ceremony. King Siddhartha had a very wise teacher and sometimes the sage. While he meditated, he heard the devas singing and dancing. Why are you so happy? He asked. Because the most excellent of all began has been born at Lumpkin Park. To Queen Mahaya, replied Devas. When he heard sage Asanta went quickly to see King and Queen. The king was very happy to see his wise teacher again at the palace. After he seated, King brought the prince when King lowered baby prince to sage. To examine properly, baby turned his feet on the sage. Head surprisingly, sage took hold of the baby's feet and examined them very carefully. After sage said his prince will become very great teacher in this world. The sage was very pleased and putting his palms together, paid respect to the baby prince. Seeing this king did same. This was first salutation of the king. On the fifth day, the king invited five wise men to suggest a good name for the prince. Then wise men examined the birthmark of the prince and concluded the prince will be king of kings. He wants to rule if he chooses a religious life, then he will become the wisest, the Buddha. The youngest of the five men, Kondaya, then said, this prince will be not the Buddha and nothing else. Then wise men gave him a name, Siddhartha, meaning wishful life, fulfilled, or one who accomplished his goal. Terminal Samanai.
Thank you, Kisha. Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about who predicted and what about the future of Prince Siddhartha. It all began when when the news of the prince was born spread wide, and when Asita, a sage who has given up all the worldly pleasures, heard about the news and went to visit the prince immediately. When he saw the prince, he saluted at the prince, even though King Siddhartha and Queen Mayamaya asked the great sage to bless the child. Then he spoke to the prince, saying, "Ah, oh great one, what is this?" the king questioned. He answered, Your son is no ordinary child. I am sure he will become a great man. If the prince stayed with you and wanted to rule the kingdom, he will become the greatest king ever. He would rule a huge kingdom, and his people will have peace and joy. But if he made the decision not to become a king, his future will be even greater. He will become a great teacher who will show the people the way to live with their hearts filled with love and peace. Saranang.
Aya, can you please explain why one should be a man to qualify to become enlightened?
Nangi, the first way to become a Buddha is to have a human life. And it's not easy to have a human life. You have to have a male life and have selfless life to become a Buddha. It needs a lot of security, but it's really difficult for a woman. That's why it has to be a person that spends time doing very strong meditations.
Thank you, Aya. Saranai.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving us the chance to explore about the most important holiday of Vesak holiday, and it is a pleasure to present about Prince Siddhartha's dedication towards his education as a child. We all know his father King Siddhartha's ambition was he need to become the great king after him as inheritance, and not to be him a spiritual leader to heal the world. So the king watched over his son all the time. He wanted Siddhartha to enjoy his life as a prince. When Prince became 7 years old, the king asked help to carry on his study with the best professors in the world. He was a great pupil. In a very short time, he did learn everything with showing the colors. He didn't read and write, but rather how to ride the horse, how to wield the bow and arrow, how to fight and use the sword. Those were the skills that brave king might need. Everybody was surprised how he finished and being expert on everything so quickly.
It looks like we have a problem with the internet. Can the next person start, please? Then we'll come and do it at the end, Vidun and Vidunya.
Thank you, Rayan Madley. Today I'm going to talk about Prince Siddhartha's loving kindness as a child. Prince Siddhartha was very kind to people, animals, and other living things. He was also a very brave horseman and won many prizes in the country. Although he did not have to suffer any hardships and difficulties, as he had everything, he always thought of the poor people and living things who were working hard to make him happy. He felt sorry for them and wanted to make them happy too. One day, he was walking in the woods with his cousin Devadatta, who had brought his bow and arrows with him. Suddenly, Devadatta saw a swan flying and shot at it. His arrow brought the swan down. Both the boys ran to get the bird. As Siddhartha could run faster than Devadatta, he reached the swan's injured body first and found to his surprise that it was still alive. He gently pulled out of the arrow from the wing. He then got a little juice from cool leaves, put it on the wound to stop the bleeding, and with his soft hand struck the one when was very frightened. When Devadatta came to claim the swan, Prince Siddhartha refused to give it to him. Devadatta was very angry to see his cousin keeping the swan away from him. "Give me my bird. I shot it down," said Devadatta. "No, I am not going to give it to you," said the prince. "If you had killed it, it would have been yours. But now, since it is only wounded but still alive, it belongs to me." Devadatta still did not agree. Then Siddhartha suggested, "Let us go to the court of the sage and ask him who really owns the swan." Devadatta agreed, so off they went to the court of the sage to tell him about their quarrel. The sage, hearing the boy's version of the story, said, "A life certainly must belong to he who tries to save it. A life cannot belong to who is trying to destroy it. The wounded swan by right belongs to Siddhartha." Prince Siddhartha looked after the bird till its wing was better and released it back to the woods. The story clearly shows the loving kindness quality of Prince Siddhartha. Thank you for listening. Teron Saranai.
Avishian Hasindu, can you start, please?
Thank you, Seth. Manli, do you know that for a person to become fully enlightened or Samma Sambuddha, he needs to develop lots of qualities?
Of course, Akka. Last week, in our Dhamma school's Vesak Dhamma talk, our Hāmuduruwa said that there are three main qualities one needs to have in order to become the fully enlightened one. They are Buddhicharya, Jnanatacharya, and Lokatacharya.
Yes, Manli. Out of these three qualities, Buddhicharya is really important because performing the last two qualities is not possible if the first Buddhicharya is not performed well.
Akka, can you explain this further?
All right. If I word it in the simplest way, Buddhicharya means having the necessary amount of wisdom. Our Lord Buddha is the wisest person we have ever known.
Yes, Akka. Also, achieving the Buddhicharya quality in order to become the Samma Sambuddha starts with being the Bodhisattva. Our Gautama Buddha gained the assurance or Niyata Vivarana from the Dipankara Buddha in his life as the ascetic Sumedha.
He gained this assurance called Mula Pranidhana as he had fulfilled 8 requirements that are necessary to become fully enlightened. These help to nourish Buddhicharya, and those qualities are having a human life, Manusatta,
being a male person, Linga Sampatti,
being able to attain Arahatship in this same life, Hetuya,
having an encounter with the Buddha, Sattara Dassana,
ordained as a monk, Pabbajja,
abundance of good qualities, Guna Sampati,
authority, Adhikaraya,
and having a great willingness to become the Buddha, Chandata.
Yes, the person who is fulfilling all these 8 qualities can become a Bodhisattva and work to gain the right amount of wisdom in order to become the fully enlightened one.
Not only that, Akka, but in the path of becoming the wisest person, a Bodhisattva needs to fulfill the 10 perfections or Dasa Paramitas too.
After receiving the assurance from the Dipankara Buddha, our Gautama Bodhisattva, or the ascetic Sumedha at that life, had reflected on the wholesome qualities that he needed to develop and perfect in order to become Samma Sambuddha. He came up with 10 perfections, which are Dana Paramita, perfection in charity; Sila Paramita, perfection in morality; Nekkamma Paramita, perfection in renunciation; Prajna Paramita, perfection in wisdom; Virya Paramita, perfection in effort; Kanti Paramita, perfection in tolerance; Satcha Paramita, perfection in truthfulness; Adittana Paramita, perfection in resolution; Metta Paramita, perfection in loving kindness; and Upekha Paramita, perfection in equanimity. He practiced these perfections for a period of Sara Sankheya Kalpalakshaya before being enlightened. These perfections always associate with positive mental qualities like wisdom and compassion. They do not associate with negative mental factors like greed, anger, conceit, and wrong views. Therefore, the Bodhisattva who fulfills the 10 perfections can gain the necessary wisdom or buddhicharya that helps to carry one to the shore of Nibbana across the sea of samsara. One becomes a Samma Sambuddha with the pure compassion of other beings, and a Samma Sambuddha is there to teach and guide others to escape from the cycle of birth and death. So the first and foremost quality, buddhicharya, having the necessary wisdom, is really important to a bodhisattva, in his path to become the Samma Sambuddha. Now Virul Ayya will tell you more about the next quality. Thank you for listening. Teruvan Saranai.
Thank you, Avishinangi and Hasildu Malli. Teruvan Saranai Hamudrone. මට අද කතා කරන්න ලැබිලා තියෙන මාතෘකාව වන්නේ ඥාතත්ත්ව චර්යාව පිළිබඳවයි. මොකද්ද මේ ඥාතත්ත්ව චර්යාව කියන්නේ? බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ නමක් බෝධිසත්ව පාරමී පුරණ සමයේ සම්පූර්ණ කළ යුතු පාරමිතාවන් තුනෙන් එක පාරමිතාවකටයි. ඒ පාරමිතාවන් තුන නම් 1. ලෝකත්ත්ව චර්යා, 2. ඥාතත්ත්ව චර්යා, 3. බුද්ධි චර්යා යනුවෙනුයි. ඉතින් ඥාතත්ත්ව චර්යා කියන්නේ ඥාතත්ත්ව සංග්‍රහ සම්පූර්ණ කළ යුතු බවයි මෙතන ඥාතින් විදියට උන්වහන්සේ හඳුන්වන්නේ. දෙමව්පියන්, ගුරුවරුන්, වැඩිහිටියන්, ඥාතින්, සිල්වත්, ගුණවත් ගුරු උතුමන් වහන්සේලාවයි. මේට හොඳම උදාහරණය වන්නේ අප මහා බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ බෝධිසත්ව පාරමී පුරණ සමයේ එක් ආත්ම භාවයක ඉපදුණු සාම ජාතක කතාවයි. පුංචි සාම කුමාරයා තම අන්ධ දෙමව්පිය දෙදෙනාම ආදරයෙන් රැක බලා ගත්තාද? ඔවුනට සංග්‍රහ කළාද? ඒ ආනුභාව බලයෙන් කුමාරයාට ඊතලේ වැදුණු අවස්ථාවේදී එතැනට පැමිණ සක්‍ර දේවින්ද්‍රයා කුමාරයාවද සුවපත් කොට දෙමව්පියන්ටද පෙනීම ලබා දුන්නේය. ඉතින් නංගී මල්ලි අපිත් කුඩා කාලයේ සිටම ඥාතත්ත්ව චර්යාව ප්‍රගුණ කිරීමට පුරුදු වෙමු. තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
My presentation today is about the first quality of the Buddha. One of the 9 qualities of the Buddha is Arahant. It means the Buddha had eliminated all bad things and didn't even do anything wrong secretly. Therefore, the Buddha was a pure person to get respected and worshipped. Vahasak kaunokota kelasavayanut dukota nisiyu yen pudata Avahayai Kiyati Muni Dutta.
Today I'll be talking about the quality Lokatacharya. Loka means the world or population. Atta means welfare or gain. Charya means conduct or behavior. Somebody needs to behave in a way that benefits the world population and brings welfare to them. Buddha behaved in a way to support and inspire the world. In order to be able to do this, one needs to be able to selflessly help other people. When we learn about the life of the Buddha, you can find out how he has behaved throughout his younger life as well. He always looked after other people. He very much disliked going to war and hurting others. Not only did this happen in his life as a Buddha, but in all of his previous 550 births before, as a Bodhisattva.
Sachit, it's your turn.
Today we'll be talking about Veda or Veda. Veda is a qualification one needs to have to become enlightened. Veda is associated with energy or effort. As in the Eightfold Path, right effort is one of the most important factors in the path of enlightenment. They are often repeated and recited as being a necessary prerequisite for attaining Nibbana. It is also one of the 6 occasional mental factors in the Abhidharma, the 5 spiritual faculties, the 5 powers, and the 7 factors of enlightenment. To achieve Nibbana, you need to have the effort and motivation to do something. Due to the definition of Virya being related to energy or effort, in order to be enlightened and become a Buddha, you need to put the effort. In the Kitti-Gali Sutta, the Buddha instructs his followers. For a faithful disciples who is intent on fulfilling the teacher's dispensation, it is natural that he conducts himself thus. Willingly, they only my skin, sinews, and bones remain, and let the flesh and blood dry up from my body, while my energy or Virya shall not be relaxed so long as I have not attained what can be attained by main strength, Bodhisattva Tammena, manly energy, Bodhisattva and manly persistence, Bodhisattva Ankanema. This shows that the Buddha, over putting the effort to have 3 main qualities, have lots of strength, have lots of energy, and have lots of persistence. Those are very important characteristics in order to become a Buddha. And this is what we must learn to achieve enlightenment. Tiruvan Sarnai.
Thank you, Satchitaya. There are lots of fascinating stories in the Buddha's childhood, but my most fascinating story is Siddhartha's kindness. One day, Prince Siddhartha and Devadatta, Prince Siddhartha's cousin,
was walking. Then Devadatta saw a swan. Devadatta got his arrows out and shot the swan. They both ran. Prince Siddhartha was faster, so Prince Siddhartha got the swan first. Then he got the arrow gently out and got some fresh leaves and squeezed some juice from the swan. And then Devadatta said, "That's mine." And then Prince Siddhartha said, "I'm the one who saved it, so it's mine." Then Devadatta still didn't disagree. Then Prince Siddhartha said, "Let's go to the court and ask." When they were at the court, they both said their story. Then the court said that the one who's trying to save this one gets it. The one who's trying to destroy this one doesn't. In this story, it means that in Buddha's childhood, he was also kind. And if we follow the Buddha's teachings, we can be kind to everyone else.
Thank you, Nangi. That's a really nice story. But the story that I'm fascinated in is when Buddha finds out that lots of people are happy and then after a while they become sad. And also when Buddha thinks differently than we do. So when Siddhartha's father took him to a festival, an annual festival, he saw lots of people enjoying their food and extremely elated. But then, after a while, he saw them very upset, sad. He knew that something was definitely wrong. After that, he went outside and sat under an apple tree. He saw lots of men trying to pull a bull across the field into the festival to do some tricks. They were so tired and they were using all their effort. Buddha noticed that they were once happy and elated, and then they became very tired and very upset. Then what Buddha saw was some lizards eating lots and lots of ants. He knew that the lizard was very happy that he got his meal and the ants died. But then after a few minutes, a snake came and swallowed the lizard whole. The snake really enjoyed his lunch, but the lizard was upset and died. Then after a while, an eagle came down and grabbed the snake with its talons and ripped and teared the snake up and ate it. The eagle was very happy and the snake died and was upset. Buddha noticed that there was something behind life that he needed to figure out, and he wanted to find the path to avoid suffering. Teruan Saranai!
Thank you, Methul and Mahali. Buddha's aspiration to stop suffering. All of this started with Prince Siddhartha going out on his first journey outside the palace. This means that he went outside the palace ground for the first time. On this journey, he saw the 4 sights. They were an old man, a sick man, a dead man, and a monk. Siddhartha wanted to find the answer to why people were being sick, old, and dead. He did this because he saw the 3 sights, old, sick, and dead, that were the examples of suffering.
Nope. Finally. No. Oh. Buddha thought something that no one else, no other normal person would ever think of. He thought that no one in the whole wide world would be deserved to suffer. What did he do to try and find out why people were suffering? He left the palace and gave up all the luxuries of being a prince. So he gave up his clothes, he gave up his food, he gave up his house of a palace, and lots of things a prince would have. He also went out of the palace and asked from very well-known teachers of why people were suffering, but sadly, they couldn't tell. Buddha had sheer determination to find the truth. There are 5 things the Buddha did that show that he was incredibly determined to keep on pursuing his determination. The first one is that he went for numerous teachers. Alahakoon and Uttakarama were the 2 teachers he asked from, but they didn't give him the answer because they didn't know it. But did Buddha give up? No, he didn't. Number 2, father's advice to become the king. King Suddhodana, his father, insisted him and advised him to become the king, as normally the son of the king would become the king later. But even though the kings live a very luxurious life, Siddhartha turned that down, and he wanted to pursue his dream so much that he even turned down the decision of becoming the king. Number 3, he sacrificed his family's life. This means that his newborn baby son, Rahula, and his wife, Yashodhara, had no one to protect them, because Siddhartha was the only person who could actually protect them other than King Suddhodana. Number 4, he gave up his luxurious life. This means that he gave up his clothes, his food, his lovely house, his horse, his possessions, and many other things. Number 5, he even sacrificed his own life. To do this, you would have to have right effort, as some people said in their presentations. This means that
they would sacrifice their food, the water, and sleep, because they are the three most fundamental things in a life. Which is why what can we learn out of Prince Siddhartha's sheer determination? We can learn that goals that normal people might choose, such as a doctor or an engineer, etc., are not self-centered. They're not just for you. They should be outward-looking, like the Buddha's goal, which was to see why people were suffering. That could change the whole world, every single person in the world's life, just because of one goal from one person. Some people, like Edward Jenner, the person who invented the vaccine, also did something outward looking. Because if you invented a vaccine, then everyone would be cured from an illness, which would be very nice. Thank you for listening. Teruvan Saranai.
I think
Can you all hear me?
Yes, Rasika, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have a problem with my PC. It's
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We
So
can't
well done
see
to
you.
yeah, yeah.
That's
but as
fine.
long as
we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much for your presentations. Again, we shared a lot of information each other by
I think Rasika Mama is having some problem.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Yes.
I can't hear anything.
You all can you not hear?
Two devices. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's
Your
okay.
mic is echoing. Rasika.
Now you need to unmute the computer one. Yes, that's okay.
Right. Sorry about this. This is all technical. It's not my fault. Right. Yeah. So next week also we'll meet as usual. So we'll be talking about Vesak celebrations again. And as homework, we will talk about Buddha's enlightenment next week. And you all can decide what you can talk about with regard to that enlightenment of Buddha. I think that's all from me, Hamdruni. Teruvan Saranai, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you very much, Rasikaya. What a wonderful contributions from all our children. That was so beautiful. And they worked very hard. They made every effort. I learned a lot from them today. and very beautiful presentations, and it's a wonderful thing. So some of you already have decorated your house. That need to be really, really commented and appreciated. Some of you already have made some lanterns, Vesak lanterns, and that was very good. This is what we like. We want to make your house special during this month. Anyone can answer when is the actual full moon day?
I have a question.
Yes, Ramin?
25th of May?
Yes. Yes, Chanudi?
26th of May.
Yes, well done. Anyone else? Istesha, yes. When is the full moon day?
27th of May.
Well done. So we have 3 days now.
26th of May.
Sorry, 25th of May, yes.
No, 26th of May.
26th of May, yes. When is the very full moon day? Metuni, Meheli, Metu?
24. 24?
Oh dear, that's coming down now. Yes, so we have the whole month. Yes, yes, who else? Vidun, when is the actual full moon day? Oh, that's Stesa's bucket. Yeah, that's really beautiful. That's. Can you show Stesa your? Yes, that's, you see that beautiful Vesak lantern made
correctly.
Yes. Anyone else can show your Vesak decoration? Yes.
26th of May.
26th of May, yes. So normally that full moon day goes into, like, it begins from 26th and goes into 27th, also to 25th. Yes. Yes.
Can I share my one?
Yes, please, Sanket, yes.
So it's an online one, so I'll have to share my screen.
Yeah, you can.
For a minute. So could I just have a minute? This one?
Yes, happy Vesak, everyone. What is that? The order? Sanket? Happy Vesak? Everyone.
A Vesak card.
Very beautiful. So can you explain a little bit of that picture, please?
Well, I just did a tree with a lotus flower on top.
Yes, very good.
That's all I did.
Oh, that's an excellent one. That's what I like, to make something by your own and become thoughtful. There is a tree, there are clouds, there are sunshine. They use different colors. Very nice. Did you do it by yourself?
Yeah.
So you put lotus flower because it's a Buddhist sign. What else you put here? Because it is Buddhist.
Well, I just did that.
Ah, very good. Thank you very much. I can see Sadev also has done one. Yes. Sadev, you want to say a few words about what you have done?
How do we stop?
Yes. Can you say a few words about what you did?
This is my Vesak card.
Yes.
I put some flowers and a candle to decorate.
So why it is 3 flowers there? Why only 3?
Because there's nothing special for the flowers. There's something special about the candle.
Okay, yes, yes, very good, very good. That's beautiful. Thank you, Sadeo.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share something? Yes, Virul. Sorry. Virul has a beautiful wall. It's like a Torana Sri Lanka.
I created a Vesak Talk last year.
Wow.
We're probably gonna create a new one this year as well. At my back is the birth of Buddha, the enlightenment and the passing away.
Very good, very good. That's very beautiful. So did you make yourself that Vesak Talk?
Not by myself. I got help by my mum.
How many slides? How many sides of that Vesak Talk?
The whole side is kind of ripped because we found it. It's kind of ripped one side.
Yes.
It's a bit ripped.
What do you call it in Sri Lanka? What is the, there is another word because of these different number of different sides of that,
I'm not really sure.
Anyone knows what it's called? Yes, Chanudi?
Atapattama.
Atapattama. Did you know, Virul, about that Atapattama?
Yeah, I heard of it, but I forgot.
Yes, Vidun and Vidunya. You want to say something, Vidun?
Okay, so it's about Sankit's Vesak, no, not Sankit's, Sadil's Vesak card. About the three flowers, they could represent the triple gem.
Oh yes, very good. Yes, that's right. Yes, Vidunya.
Or I suggest that they might be Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
That's the same.
That's the same, Vidunya.
Yes.
Yes, very good. Who else done something special for the Vesak? Those who have done the special, they are very well done, very good. Yes, Sanket.
I did some meditation.
You did some meditation for the Vesak, very good. Any other questions you want to ask before we move on to the meditation? Yes, Sanket.
So you know that, didn't Buddha say that in our last birth, before we had a last birth, and then we did very good things to earn this to get a human life, but then, we cry, but why do we cry? Because I think we cry because we might be crying as another language from a different galaxy, unknown from this world right now. Could that be why we cry when we are small?
I didn't get your question. What is the question?
You know that we cry when we are small.
Yes.
But we wouldn't, if we cry, would that be like a different language that in another galaxy that's unknown that we don't know? Crying might be. because my dad told me we remember a little bit from our last birth when we are born.
Yes,
but then we eventually forget.
That's not another language in another galaxy. It is a language sometimes people use to say things. And it is not only when you are a child you cry at different times. So it is a form of way of saying something. You are sad sometimes, you know, you cry for your happiness as well. You call happy tears. So that could be in different form of saying things. It's not only when you are a child you cry, when you even grow, you cry. Grow old, you cry. You cry at different times, isn't it, Sanket?
Yeah.
Yes, Meheli.
At Vesak, I was doing some meditation in front of Buddha Sadhu.
Yes, that's the best way to do. You sit in front of the Buddha Sadhu so that Buddha Sadhu can see whether you do it right, whether you are making your body movements, whether you are concentrating. Then Buddha Sadhu is watching you, then you have to watch Buddha Sadhu. So like the Buddha Sadhu is meditating, you need to develop all the qualities that Buddha Sadhu has developed. Yes, that is why we keep watching the Buddha Sadhu and sit in front of the Buddha Sadhu. Yes, Metul?
So in Vesak, so did lots of people in those times go to the Buddha and do some meditation then?
Yes, very lot of people. Not only in the Vesak they went a lot, but usually so many people went there and practiced meditation, offer dana, and things like that. Yes, Vidun?
I have another question. It's about the precepts. Are there more than 10 precepts, or are there just 10?
No, there are more. For normal people, 5. Then for full moon days, so people who want to do more, they have 8 or 10. When they want to do monks, they have 227. And then when the monks want to be seriously grow up into a senior monkhood called higher ordination, they have kotya, that means 100,000 rules. Yes, so are you scared of that?
I'm not scared, I'm surprised.
And so the nuns, for the nuns, they have 312 rules. And yeah, there are more than 10 in Buddhism.
Okay.
Seth, you want to ask something? No. Okay. Avish, you want to ask something? No. Diniti, you want to ask something? Yes, Seth.
My question is, what if it's something for karma? So if we do something bad in life, it affects our next birth. So, say for example, if we it's hard to explain. If we do something bad, will it affect us in the exact same way? In our next birth, will it affect the exact same way we done in the previous birth? Or does that not make any sense?
No, not
Can it be just anything?
Not in the exact same way. It will affect in 1,000 multiple ways. So, for example, you put only one seed of rice or 1 seed of apple onto the ground, how many apples you get back? Thousands. If you plant 1 seed of rice, how many rice you get back? Lot. Likewise, you may do a bad thing. The result is a lot, not the one or the same, so many. So like the good, if you do a good thing, you get abundant good, return back. It's very much like 1 seed, but you put in, but you get lot of out of that. So it's not the same, but it could be more. Yes, Avishi or Hasindu, you want to say something? No? Yes, Rayon.
So I think this is where you sit next. I think this is why you have to stay in front of the Buddha. So this is why, because when you're not sitting next to the not in front of the Buddha, you not do anything, and you're not doing properly, and you get to forget about the things. And anyway, if you stay, don't need to in front of the Buddha and do it in a good way. You just need to stay in front of the Buddha, so it can teach you many ways.
That's true. That's true. Thank you, Rayon. That was a very good comment. Yes, Metul, Meheli.
So in Segal Vatasutra, what are one of the most important teachings in Segal Vatasutra that Buddha taught us?
That is a very, very important teaching. It taught Buddha about how one can be being a good person, practicing good duties. How many duties? Anyone knows how many duties Buddha said in the Sigalovada Sutta? Yes, Meheli, how many duties?
100.
100? No. If you say the right number, I will give you a present, Vesak present. How many duties Buddha said in the Sigalovada Sutta? Yes, Sanket?
59.
No. Only one person can say one time. They can't have 2 chances. Yes, Seth?
What was the question?
How many duties in number Buddha said in the Sigalovada Sutta? Vidun, you miss your chance. You can't say now. We'll ask from others. Yeah. Yes, Yasindu?
48.
40?
48.
No. Chanudi?
5.
No. Only one time you can say. Stesha, what is that? You want to say something? How many duties Buddha said in the Sigalovada Sutta?
31.
31. Well tried, well done, but not that is the not the right answer. Okay, so you couldn't answer. Anybody couldn't answer it. So you got to research it and tell me later. Otherwise, I have to make a gift for you. Yes, Vidru?
I have a question.
63.
Well, very, very good try. Not the right answer. Okay, now the option for giving a gift is exhausted, finish. Now you can try if anyone want to. Yeah, Vetul and Meheli, what is it?
I think it's 40.
No, it's a good try, but wrong answer. Seth?
So, I think it's not really an answer.
Yes.
But I think it's either in the middle of 40 and 60.
No, very close.
Oh.
Good try. I will give you, yes, Hasindu. Yes, Seth.
Is it 70 or 10?
No. Sadil?
It is 6 directions.
No. Is yeah, 6 direction is there. I was asking how many duties. Rayon?
32.
Not 32. I will
No,
give you a clue.
but I can't do it again.
And then we'll go to the meditation because it's been a little bit taken too long. I will give you a clue and pass on to the meditation. Our Auntie Padma is doing the meditation for you very kindly. We need to get more teachers so that people can come and contribute into the Dhamma school. Is a very good thing. So the number of duties, Senu and Sarah?
30?
No, well done. Manuka?
This Google is very stupid.
We can't hear Manuka, you. So the number should be, when it been, it's a 2-digit number, when it been kind of sum together, it comes the 7. So it's a 2-digit number. When it sums up, it is number 7. You can put into the chat box so that I can know who is said who. What.
Okay. Chat box. Where's my chat box? I don't have any chat box. I don't have it.
Well done, Vidun. Yes.
I can't.
What's the answer?
Well, Vidun did the answer, said the answer, but they have put only to myself.
What's the answer?
I think.
I said it sums up 2-digit number. When it sums up, it comes to number 7. So what is the 2-digit number?
I said the answer.
Someone just said 43.
43 when you is 7, but it's not the right answer.
Okay, but you want
34. Somebody said 17. When you sum up 1, 7, it's 8, isn't it?
Why Mom is there?
Vidun said the right answer. Sanket said 21. 1 is 3, not. Yeah, Virul said 61. 61 is the right answer. So it is 61 duties mentioned by the Lord Buddha in the Segal Vatasutra. So
how much is it?
Very kindly pass on to our Auntie Padma to do the meditation. Thank you very much. Well done, children.
Okay, Mommy, we can write our own answer.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'd like to hear from few more.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Very good. It is bedtime, is it, for you all?
Not really.
What time going to bed?
I
9
sleep
or 10?
9 o'clock.
Really? I thought you are going at 8 o'clock.
No, we eat at mostly 8:56.
Okay. When the days you have to go to school, you are going early to bed, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
Very good, very good. So are you happy about you all? What you did today?
I am very happy because I learned lots of things.
Very good.
Me too. I learned a lot of things from Vesak, like the lotus flowers.
Mm. I have seen a lot of you are memorizing without looking at the paper. Is it illusion for me?
We
Who did that?
our stories. I'm happy because I got some paper from then I done some drawing.
So who was memorizing without looking at paper?
Metal and Harry.
Very good.
Sort of for me.
Shall we try others also to do that little bit, little by little? Okay, next time, next week. Yes, happy?
Yes.
Yeah. If you can't unmute, you can say like this, yeah? Then I can see everybody is responding to me, right? Thumb up. Thank you all. And thank you, Rasika. Thank you, Bante. So kids, can you remember what we all done last week? You can unmute and answer, yes, please.
Yes, we were doing the meditation with some of the things we were learning.
I think we did meditation for Buddha's qualities. Itipiso Bhagava. The qualities of Buddha.
Who is that? Okay, we do. Okay, yes. So you all can remember few qualities of Buddha? The Gatha, what is the Gatha? Represent about Buddha's qualities. Can somebody recite it, please? Nicely, taking time. Without taking much time.
Itipiso Bhagava Arahant Samma Sambuddho Vijja Charana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttara Purisa Dhamma Sarati Swaka Deta Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati.
Excellent. So we will sit in a meditation posture. Yeah, we can unmute. We can mute your microphones now. Sanket, please. Excellent. If you like, you can keep your eyes open. Otherwise, you can close. It will be very helpful for you. Keep your body right up. Keep the head and neck up, okay? Imagine there is a Buddha statue in front of you. Take a few deep breaths in and out to relax yourself. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijja Charana Sampanno the rhythm of the breath, you can recite in your head, okay? Sugato Lokavidu Anuttara Purisa Dhamma Sarathi Satta Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati. I will leave you 30 seconds to recite, as you know all the qualities of Buddha now, without my guidance. Buddha do not do any wrongdoing, even in secret. Therefore, worthy to respect. Buddha do not do any sin. He has destroyed all defilements. Therefore, he is worthy of all offerings. That is the quality of Arahat. Samma Sambuddho he understands Four Noble Truths. Eightfold Path. 7 Enlightenment Factors. By himself and make others realize them. Therefore, we call Samma Sambuddha. Vijjācarana Sampanna. He is gifted with brilliant knowledge. He has excellent behavior. That is the quality of Vijjācarana Sampanna. Sugata, he is skillful, talented. He achieved all aspirations in his life. Lokavidu, he is the knower of all worldly system, all defilements. Anuttara Purusha Dhamma Sarathi. He is capable to training all difficult people, even animals. Satta Deva Manusanam is a teacher to human and divines. Buddha, fully enlightened one. Bhagavati is the blessed one because he eradicated all greed, hatred, and delusions. So you can recite by yourself 1 minute. We will bring our palms jointly together and say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu. 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 Thank you all for joining. Over to you, Bhante. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Padma, Auntie Padma, for doing that a beautiful meditation during this Vesak month Saturday evening programs. It's a lot of blessing merits. May your parents, may all your family share these blessings and merits. May they be well, happy and peaceful. So we need to children be grateful for our teachers, for our parents, for our sponsors of the day, for making this a very, very special program for you all. About meditation, I only take 3 comments, 3 of you only for the day, just to say how did you find the meditation. So who would like to say? Only 3. I will take this time Vidun, Meheli and Seth. Next day I will take others, okay?
For the meditation, I felt calm and joyful.
Yes, yes. Metul, you want to say something?
And for me, I felt happiness and very calm.
Thank you. You need to say thank you to Auntie Padma also for doing the meditation. Yes. Seth?
I felt the meditation was very relaxing. I kept my eyes open for a part of it, and then I closed my eyes, and then I realized how much concentration you can get out of that. Thank you, Padma Auntie.
Thank you, Padma Auntie.
Thank you, Padma Auntie.
What about, yes, Svidun and Vidunya?
I found the meditation calming and also very, very useful, because meditation can help you a lot in life, and this meditation definitely helped me. So I say thank you, Padma Nandi.
Thank you.
Yes, Vidunya?
I found the meditation very calming and peaceful. So thank you, Padma Auntie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Padma Auntie.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you, Padma Auntie.
Thank you very much, Padma Auntie.
Rayon, want to say something?
Thank you very much, Madam.
I found everything happiness and a calm.
Yes, that's very good. I saw you are meditating very well, Rayon. Thank you. Yes, well done. So I'll pass on to our Asikaya now.
I was just asking the children, I told them that next week's homework will be regarding the Buddha's enlightenment. I was just thinking, now if I give you that topic as it is, you might replicate the information. So who would like to get a specific topic? Or you want to do your own topic regarding enlightenment next week?
You can unmute and say, you don't have to keep your hands up. You can unmute and say to Rasikaya.
Can I please?
Yes.
Thank you.
So would you like a topic from me, or you want to do your own topic? So who wants a topic from me? Hands up. Right, okay. It's only half, okay. So I would then leave it to you.
Actually, I want to pick.
Sorry?
Actually, I want you to pick my topic.
Okay. So whoever wants a topic, ask your parents to send me a message. Then those people will get a topic from me, and other people can do their own topic.
Mm-hmm.
Is that clear? Right.
Yes, yes, very clear.
Thank you. Very clear.
Everyone, sir, I will see you again next week.
Everyone, Saranai.
Everyone, Saranai.
Everyone, Saranai.
Everyone, Saranai Hamdurane and Ratika Mama.
Teranang Samandai Hamadurane and Harasika Mama.
Teruan Saranai Ham.
Everyone, Saranai. Thank you. Thank you.